Find yourself in the Beachview area of Pittsburgh? Check out the official pizza of this show, Slice on Broadway, sharing an abnormal obsession with pizza we can relate to. Check them out at sliceonbroadway.com and tell them this show sent you.
This week we have another guest. Walt Ribeiro joins us of For Orchestra. This week on Boss Battle. Welcome everybody to Boss Battle number 104, a show in which the writers of InsertCoinToBegin.com get together and talk about video games. I'm your host, Bobby F. J-Town, but before we get to the Cadbury cream of this egg of a podcast, let's find out what everybody achieved this week. Chachi, what'd you achieve?
You all right?
Sorry, I wasn't expecting that intro. I was trying not to audibly laugh.
I've been changing it every week.
I know, but I wasn't expecting that one.
I feel like I've heard that.
That one threw me off a lot.
Well, what did you achieve this week?
I picked up a draw something again. The girlfriend and I have been just straight crushing it.
One or two?
You're the only
one.
You're the only two people in America playing it, but okay.
Yeah. We've gone. We're up to 68 straight rounds.
Okay.
Without helping each other. So
Draw something changed their name to Chachi versus Chachi because they're the only people playing now.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. But so I've been doing that. I picked up Madden 25. It was on sale.
Okay.
For gold members. So
breaking news. McDonald's next Happy Meal toys are going to be Madden based.
Oh wow!
But all the quarterbacks are different colors. They actually are.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
They are actually doing that because I forget what company it is, but they're doing a comic book.
But they don't have
a web comic.
Yeah, they don't have the Players Association, but they have the NHL or the NFL approval.
Yeah. So I don't know. McDonald's, meh. I only go when the 20 piece is on sale.
Yeah.
Or the McRib. I immediately regret the McRib like everyone else on the planet, but I picked up Madden, and I did something that's damn near impossible in Madden. On Madden mode, or Madden difficulty level, I created a character and took the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Oh, geez.
Yay!
And we won. It was funny because it took it took 3 tries to beat the Broncos in the championship round, but I completely kicked Eli's ass in the Super Bowl. So, I at least made one Manning cry in my playoff run, and ultimately that's the goal. But other than that, I haven't really played any. That's a lie. Spoiler alert: next week's review is Thomas Was Alone.
Oh
no.
For Android.
I feel so bad for him.
Pick it up now.
I think I got it. I think I got it for PSN, PlayStation Network.
Yeah, play it because it is one of the greatest mobile games that I've ever played.
Is that the one with like squares and stuff?
Yeah.
And then you like turn into rectangles and stuff?
Right.
Cool.
I told Sorg to pick it up. I don't know if he actually did. But I gave Sorg an in-depth rundown of the game.
Looks like I'm going to have to get it on Steam. What are you playing it on?
Me?
Yeah.
My phone?
Your phone? Oh, it's not listed on their site. I'll have to look into it then.
Yeah, the only thing
all they really show is like iPad and Mac and PC and PS3 at the moment.
Well, go to the App Store.
Okay.
And pick it up.
I'm looking at the Google Play Store right now. The only thing that's coming up from Tommy is
Thomas.
Tommy is Thomas.
No, Thomas.
Oh, then no wonder.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tommy is kissing with a woman, I guess.
Amazing game. Pick it up. And that'll be the review for Mobile Monday. It's definitely worth it.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, Riz, what did you achieve this week?
With my I've been trying not to play this game. Both Bobby and Sorg have been playing this game. I re-picked up the Simpsons Tapped Out game. I don't know why.
Welcome to addiction.
And then other than my Dark Souls addiction that I still have, one of the cooler games that I've played on Steam, and I'll actually review this on Friday, I believe, is called Only If. I'm just going to give you a little preview. If you want a trippy-ass game, Only If is trippy.
Does it use if statements from Excel?
Oh God, I hope not.
I don't think
The
so.
worst part of Excel.
But it's very short. Probably you can play it within the hour, within the 30 minutes. But you would want to play this again. And I did, twice.
Awesome. Right. Sorg, what did you achieve this week?
I actually found myself playing on MacBreak last week. They recommended this game called Revolution 60, which really feels like one of those Telltale games. It's using the Unreal Engine. It's very kind of story driven, kind of like gesture based. There's actually kind of an interesting grid based fighting system when you're taking on like one of the grunts in here. It's interesting. I don't know if I want to take it up for the long haul, but I'm kind of in that Guardians of the Galaxy kind of mode right now, so it kind of works out for that. Although it reminds me a lot of Cosmic Hellcats, our friend from Wrestling Mayhem show that did that, Maverick. Look it up, Google Cosmic Hellcats to know what I'm talking about there, but it's kind of got that kind of style. So I don't know, go check it out. It's free on the iPhone store. So.
Awesome. All right, our special guest, Walt, what did you achieve this week?
Nothing. Well, the only thing that my entire week was spent on moving from New York City to Los Angeles, which is a pretty big deal, but I didn't have any time for gaming or anything.
That's quite an achievement.
Yeah. Although I did play a couple games on my MacBook Pro as an emulator.
Well, that counts.
That's how, that's the best way to make friends, because the guy next to you is like, is just like twirling his thumbs for 6 hours. And if you hand him a Bluetooth controller and say, hey, play me Mario Kart 64, he loves you.
He's your new best friend.
Nice.
Yeah, for real, man. But that's what's up.
Buddy Landell from the chat room, he's getting PS4 this weekend, and he's going into hibernation until spring. So he's got that going for him. I wish I could do that. And I achieved, I got very mad at Marvel Ultimate Alliance or Avengers Alliance today. I'm trying to get Star-Lord, and it's just pissing me off. So I have not achieved getting Star-Lord yet, but soon I'm almost there. So that's what I achieved.
Awesome.
All right. Okay. Where's the doc?
You all right, Bobby?
Yeah, I'm fine. I lost the doc for a minute there.
Oh no.
And the show falls apart.
Yeah.
Oh no, where'd it go?
Sorry about that, guys. All right. We're gonna talk to our guest here, Walt Ribeiro from For Orchestra.
That's not how you pronounce my name. I'm just joking. I'm sure. He's like,
no.
He's trying so hard.
You can follow him at For Orchestra and at Walt Ribeiro. And his website is fororchestra.com. For one thing, how did you get into video games? And tell us a bit about For Orchestra and how it relates to video games.
Well, I mean, the obvious answer is that, being a kid growing up in the, late 80s, early 90s, I, obviously grew up playing Double Dragon and, Duck Hunt and all that stuff. So, of course, I've grown up with it just by default. But the way that I really got into it was from when I was writing my orchestra music. The business model is that my community, they vote on new songs to arrange every week. So some weeks they want me to arrange Lady Gaga, some weeks they want me to arrange Mega Man, and so it changes. But more and more, they have always skewed me to more video game stuff. And that's when, because growing up playing Mega Man is one thing, but to really become a gamer, you got to really dive into the long tail of the video game catalogs that are on Steam and that are on the old Nintendo systems and that are on Sega CD, and so, really crazy obscure theme song stuff. So it hasn't really been until I'd say maybe like the past like 3 or 4 years when I've really, really been getting into gaming a lot. Started going to all like the expos and meeting the fans there and kind of working more on on trying to like find like new theme songs that are maybe like left of center, not so much like popular polished stuff that everyone hears. So I mean that's where I really started getting involved with it, was mainly through work. And I love it. I've no complaints at all. It's amazing. You know what? It's cool because it's not just about the game; it's about the whole culture of it, the cosplay and the theme music and the storytelling and the interactivity and even like Twitch, that you can watch people play now and kind of be a part of the community. I don't know. It's really neat.
Cool. What's your favorite Mega Man theme that you've done so far?
This is going to sound like a plug, but it's not. It's the one that I did this week. I arranged Storm Eagle from Mega Man X, which actually turned out fantastic. Although I did Dr. Wily, his theme song, which turned out really, really killer. I did it about 2 years ago, which turned out great. And that's it. I've arranged some of my favorites though. I arranged Final Fantasy, which actually turned out pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, Final Fantasy's music is like awesome.
Yeah, right. I mean, like that's just going to sound great no matter what.
Especially Final Fantasy X, right, Chachi?
Don't make me hurt you, Bobby.
No, honestly, not in front of the guest.
If you've never checked out Walt's stuff, I strongly suggest that you do it. Because I mean. And I'm not saying it because he's here. I've said it when he's not around. It's so well done. He's so talented. He took a song like "Call Me Maybe" and made it likable.
Wow, thanks, dude.
I love that mix. I listen to it all the time. I have it. It's just really, really well done. So go check it out and buy his stuff because it's worth it.
I got to ask about. I just came across this pulling up your site to show off here. Can you tell me about this Mike Tyson's Punch Out video I've been looking at?
So this is a new thing that has not been as big as I wanted it to be. I expected for it to get passed around a little bit, but the idea is that I've been getting antsy where I feel like that I'm not creative, and not that I'm not creative. I mean, the answer is that I'm not creative because I don't want to be another cookie cutter music composer who does cover songs on YouTube. It's that's so boring. It sucks shit. Am I allowed to curse here or no?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Why the hell?
You heard Chachi before the show.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sucks. I won't curse anymore. But I just feel that there's more to life than sitting in front of a computer 12 hours a day and just writing another cover song for your 200th week straight. And I've been getting really antsy to kind of do more collaborative stuff. And one of those collaborations that I've always been passionate about, being that I went to an art school with theater people and dancers and designers and sculptors and writers and videographers and musicians, is I've always wanted to work with dancers, and I've always worked with dancers, and I'm passionate about it. So I came up with this idea of every week I arrange these songs like Mega Man or Mike Tyson's Punch Out or Final Fantasy, and how can I incorporate dance into that and kind of do something new that's not just another generic cover song that I release on SoundCloud. So for the Mike Tyson's piece, I arranged the Mike Tyson's theme song for orchestra, and then I hired 2 professional dancers, which it didn't turn out so well because it was our first time collaborating. But I hired 2 dancers that did a dance collaborative, art performance of the arrangement. So it's like one dancer is Little Mac from Mike Tyson's video game, and the other dancer is Don Flamenco, and they kind of battle, quote unquote, battle in style of dance. Now that was week 2 of the idea, and I have another one that's coming out where we're kind of learning it as we go. And so my community my community knows that I'm trying something new. So they're being light on the criticism, which is good, but it's bad up to a point because I think that more criticism would help me. But I think I got a good handle on it now. But that's the idea. That was a long rundown, but that's the idea. I'm sorry.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm just passionate about it. But I'm spending a crap load of money, and I'm losing a lot of money because I'm not releasing music. Because when you spend time on these new projects, you can't really release music because the project takes you a 50-hour week of like learning how to shoot video and hire dancers, and you have to audition people, and you have to, edit the video, and you gotta, license the music, and there's a lot to it. So if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But there's no sense in not trying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm young, so if I wind up on the streets, then at least I can, in my youthful age, I can fight off any.
Well, if you find yourself on the streets and in Pittsburgh, we have a couch and we have a free pizza sponsor. So,
dude, the internet! I was this close from living in Pittsburgh. It would have been
Missed out on that free pizza couch.
you're just gonna have to settle for Hollywood, I guess.
Yeah.
No
was it a pizza couch?
Yes, it's a couch made out of pizza.
It's just a couch and free pizzas in the vicinity every Tuesday night. Thank you, Slice on Broadway, by the way.
Yes. Slice on Broadway should invent a pizza couch. That would be awesome.
Hey, you know what? They're always inventing new stuff down there. We'll have to put that. Tweet them about the pizza couch.
Yep. All right. Chachi, you want to take us around the net?
Video game themed things from around the internet. Net.
There it is. Net. Sorry, I was late.
Kind of a slow week, so I dug up some stuff that was new to me.
You say that every week.
No, last week it was all new stuff.
All right.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Riz. This week, some new stuff, some old stuff that I stumbled upon. Let's start with the runners-up. Coming out on my birthday. Throwing that out there.
Hint.
Happy birthday, Chachi!
Legend of Zelda Monopoly.
Of course.
If you don't know much about me, you should know that I own no less than 7 versions of Monopoly.
I want.
Oh, wow.
I love Monopoly. It's probably my favorite board game, and so I tend to get a lot of versions for presents. I have, off the top of my head, I have original, I have Star Wars, I have electronic, I have Millionaire, Nintendo.
I have The Simpsons.
And a couple more that I'm blanking on right now. But yeah, Legend of Zelda Monopoly comes with 5 pieces that are the ocarina, the bow and arrow, the hook shot, the boomerang, the shield, the Triforce, and a couple different places have different pieces that you can buy
Isn't the ocarina a GameStop exclusive? Because I think a couple things are GameStop exclusives.
GameStop comes with 6 power cards to tweak the gameplay in a Hyrule map lithograph inside of the box. So it's pretty cool. Whether I get it as a gift or I buy it myself, this will definitely be mine.
Either way, it'll be a happy birthday.
Yeah. And then in Japan?
Where else would this be?
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
50 Pikachus just showed up and started dancing around.
Oh. Wow. It's like a flash. It's a flash mob of Action Electric Animal.
Yeah. It was a special event where Pikachu was distributed to Pokemon players in Japan. The Pikachu comes as a level 10 in a Cherish Ball and has some moves, Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, Surf, and Hold Hands. The only reason this is in here is because there was 50 electronic Pikachus running around in a square.
This is amazing.
Pretty much, I want to point out that this is overtaking Mitch Hedberg's Koala Invasion as the cutest what's that?
It's adorable.
Yeah, as the cutest infestation ever. You can go over to the link on insertcointobegin.com and check out the Vine of it. But it's seriously just 50 Pikachus wandering around, being all adorable.
I'm looking up the koala one too, just for my own betterment.
Oh no, Mitch Hedberg's a comedian. It's a joke.
Oh man.
Yeah, that joke.
He said that he wished he lived in Australia because he would have the cutest infestation ever if koalas took over his apartment.
It would be adorable.
And
Yeah.
Sorg's disappointed because it's
I am. I want to see this now.
Yeah. And on to the main events of the post. 6 months ago, the internet began a journey using Twitch, in which the people in the chat room would control what happened in a Pokemon game. It started with Pokemon Red, and a few days ago, the internet completed the journey.
Oh.
The Twitch community successfully completed Pokemon X and has beaten one of the games from every generation of Pokemon.
Wow.
Praise Helix.
Yes, praise Helix that it happened. I don't know how many Bird Jesuses were released during this.
No Bird Jesus was performed during the filming of
if you enjoyed watching any of it right now, they've been playing Pokemon Stadium. Which is highly which is highly entertaining to watch them battle.
There are a lot more buttons in that game.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure they have some kind of automation set up that gets them through the character selection. So at least they're not spending 12 hours on selecting characters before the match starts.
Oh, it's going. So, here it is.
That's a good thing.
They definitely refined it by now, at least, right? Like this experiment, and probably like they have less people jumping in on it because it's not so sensationalized all over the news like it was.
Right. Well, I mean, there was 200,000 hits on it when I checked it, and that was just from Pokemon Stadium.
Try 64 million.
Oh, then it went up a lot.
Wow.
Because when I was on it earlier, there was only 200,000. So
wow.
I'm gonna play Pokemon Snap.
That's views. So 277,000 hearts, likes, and I don't know, like 889 following. That can't be right.
Bobby, Pokemon Snap has to happen.
I can't read the Twitch.
It's the best.
But
Twitch Pokemon Snap needs to happen.
I want to throw apples at that.
It's just going to be random people just throwing apples random places.
That would be amazing to watch.
That's honestly just like when we played back in the day. So that's
all we did was throw apples.
Yeah.
So, but next up, there's a glitch in GTA 5 Online in which it makes the grenade launcher extremely powerful as a melee weapon.
I did see this.
And what happens is you go up, and if you hit a car like 5 or 6 times, depending on the strength of the car, it'll blow up just from you swinging the grenade launcher at the car.
Wait, here it comes. If you're on video.
So a group of 4 decided they were going to play what they're calling car roulette, in which they all get together with the grenade launchers, run up to the car, taking turns, hitting it once to see who dies from it exploding. It's just under 6 minutes long, entertaining for about 2.5 minutes, and then it just repeats. But it's definitely worth checking out.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, it's definitely funny to watch at first. So yeah, go over and check it out. And then, last but not least, I stumbled across a video from a group called the Warp Zone on YouTube, in which they explain the beginnings of the Dark Link. 3 minutes, 33 seconds long, completely full of racism.
Oh.
And not like not
it's
hardcore racism, but it's kind of funny. So yeah, definitely check it out. And that is all I have for you in this week's edition of video game themed things from around the internet. Net. Back to you, Bobby.
Awesome. All right, it's time for things you should be made aware of. We're going to get to a few news bits here. Guys, GameStop is overhauling their trade-in policy.
What?
Yeah, the new initiative, which will launch August 18th, will simplify GameStop's trade-in structure, reducing the complexity of what has become an unnecessarily obtuse service.
Obtuse. They use the word obtuse?
They use the word obtuse. GameStop will now... It only varies if you want cash instead of credit. And you don't have to put your things towards a pre-order bonus or the pre-order or anything like that. If you want credit, you get a 20% bonus as far as like it's going to go up 20%. So instead of 30 cents for a copy of a game or 25 cents for a copy of a game, you might get 30 cents now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a little bit helpful. You guys have any comments on that? Do you guys trade in games? I don't trade in games, so it doesn't really affect me anyways.
Yeah, I buy to keep.
I only do it like once a year. And it's stuff that I bought that I've never played. Like, I'll pick something up on sale thinking I'm going to play it. And then, I mean, honestly, it's not something I had interest in playing. Mm-hmm. It's just something that I picked up because it was like $5. So I'll take it back. I'll take the collection back and get something that I'm actually going to play.
You get 5 cents for that. It's like recycling in Maine. You get 5 cents.
But in all honesty, I don't shop at GameStop. I'm not going to shop at GameStop.
Nope.
Chachi, what about all that exclusive Zelda Monopoly stuff?
No, absolutely not.
It's like Pawn Stars in there.
Yeah, the store is terrible. The business is horrible. I don't shop there. I won't shop there.
Touche.
I just get mad because I try to stop in at the mall to at least check out the demos, and nothing's ever on.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Ever. You can't get your hands
on, Best Buy.
You can't get your hands on one of the new consoles to see if you like them.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has them.
Nope.
Set up. But anyways,
we played it at Best Buy that one day.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's PS4. So, all right. Another story that we have is Resident Evil 1 is being remade for PS4 and PS4, PS3, 360, Xbox One, and PC. It's coming in, next year, and they said that it's going to be a complete redo of the first game. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Because they already remade this for the GameCube.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
You sure it's not going to be like?
I remember them doing Resident Evil 4, but it's it's the first one that they're going to remake. So. Yeah, but it's slated for early 2015 in Japan, but there's no word about a Western release yet. But they on all platforms for early 2015 they updated the story. So nice. Good to hear. And finally, our final news bit is guys, if you've ever wanted to play as Gannon or Ganondorf on Hyrule Warriors, you can. He's going to be playable as a playable character on Hyrule Warriors. It's the first time he's been playable since I think Smash Brothers. So
why?
They're pulling all the characters from the Zelda universe for Hyrule Warriors.
The villain in this game is the one prior to Gannon.
Mm-hmm.
It's I forget the very long name from Skyward Sword. But it's mixing time paradoxes and it's confusing me right now.
It's a standalone game though. It is what it is.
It's its own thing.
It's trying to be like Dynasty Wars.
Yeah, it's Nintendo capitalizing because they know Zelda is a viable franchise that they're
going to use Ganondorf in this.
Yeah, exactly.
As a playable character, as a hero in this game.
If you look at him as a hero, I guess.
He's fighting the evil.
There's a gif of him opening a treasure chest. I hope it goes So
I just like the fact that they called it a GIF.
Yeah.
It's okay. We won't get into
that. But
right.
Knowing me, I would probably go and play as Ganondorf or Impa.
I don't think I'm going to play it at all because
you don't have a Wii U.
Yeah, I don't have a Wii U, and I never really did care for Dynasty Warriors type games. So
if I buy it, I would probably play as those two more.
So, all right. Speaking of annoyances in video games, as far as like Nintendo,
Are you calling me
the
annoying?
Zelda. Well, yeah, you are that too. But Chris, you want to tell us about the article you wrote about the annoyances?
Yeah, you can actually go check out insertcoinbegin.com to check out my top 5 very annoying things in video games.
I like how you called it your fave 5, and then you list 5 things you hate.
Yeah, because I wanted to mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
I want to get people in because it says my favorite, and then push them all back because it's annoying things. So I did this not as a way back when type thing, but it kind of went there with some of the things that I posted in there. For instance, Odd Job is in there. And the number one thing that I cannot stand in video games, besides snipers, because I did post it in. I posted the first thing in that list about snipers. But the most annoying thing besides snipers is when I'm trying to play a video game, a fighting game, like Street Fighter. Even now in this realm of online play, and I want to go through the story mode. I have to turn it on. I can't, if it default turns the game on to online mode. So every time I played that game, like Street Fighter, I get that annoying, a new challenger has arrived, or whatever the hell I posted on there 5 million times. Just hearing that noise over and over again while I'm trying to go out there and complete stuff.
Try to play with your online challenges turned on Street Fighter 4. Holy mackerel, you will get annoyed fast.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you.
I first encountered this. I picked up whatever version of Street Fighter 4. It was like Ultra or something like that for the phone. For the phone. So I'm sitting there trying to just kick in a game, and I can't get through anything without a new challenger. And it's on the phone, so half the time they don't connect.
Can you turn it off?
Yeah, you can turn it off. Okay. I just didn't realize it. It's not like you said. It's not a default. It is like take that step every time you want to do it. But I think the game is really made like Call of Duty, like kind of the multiplayer first kind of idea. Mm-hmm. So it's that. It's annoying, but it's a pretty simple step to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that brings me to a nice little mini boss question. What are your annoyances in video games?
That would be one.
Bobby?
that would be one of them. The new challenger appears.
Yeah.
I'll tell you mine.
Oh, good.
Good, Walt.
When the first 3 levels walk you through everything that you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Tutorials.
You never got that when you were 12 years old. It's like that was part of the fun. Now it's like it plays the game for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
You know?
You need to play Dark Souls.
That gives you.
I got angry and stopped playing our Dark Souls. I didn't even care it was free. I was done.
And then I guess that my second annoyance is, you've died. Put in $1 to speed up the revival process or something. It's like it's on steroids. The version of in the 1970s when you would put in a quarter to play another life in Pac-Man. But this is like Candy Crush Saga, epic, level 9,000 stuff, which is just insane.
That's what I was gonna mention. Today I was playing Avengers Alliance, and I got.
Of course you were, Bobby.
Of course I was. But they have ISO 8, and it was 20 ISO 8 to fight the boss, and I just put it in, and I got immediately just destroyed by the boss, and I'm like, I just wasted 20 ISO 8. Let's try it again. Wasted 20 more. I'm like, I'm done. I just walked away. I was annoyed by it. Now I don't think I only have 100 left. So it sucks. Anybody else have any? Chachi?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with A. not so much the simplicity of video games, because they're not simple. They just give you a way out, like Walt said.
Mhm.
But more so the complaining of kids nowadays saying that video games are too hard.
Oh,
Because
Go back and play Mega Man, the first one.
right, they didn't go through. They didn't go through having to search the entire Hyrule map looking for all of the dungeons in the original Legend of Zelda. They didn't have to go through spending 2 minutes putting in a 36-character password to continue in Metroid, and every time you died, starting in the same exact place. So it didn't matter how far you had made it in the game, you still had to travel and battle all of the guys to get back to the spot that you died at.
Yep.
Back in my day, we used to have a game cheated to cheat.
oh man.
Right, if we wanted to get somewhere easily in a video game, it still took us 5 to 10 minutes to look up the Game Genie cheat code and put it in correctly.
And we had to attach the game to something else.
Yeah. I mean, either that or you just toughed it up and played the game.
For the past 2 weeks, we have mentioned Sega Channel and Game Genie.
Oh, I was all about the Game Genie, man.
Honestly, I got more pissed off while playing Nintendo or Super Nintendo games than I have in this generation of video gaming. Because, I mean, this generation is easy.
I will say this.
I mean, they didn't even have like safe states back then. It's like that. If you went to the last guy and you played for like 3 hours and you died, then you started back on level 1 again. You know,
Right?
Exactly.
I mean, there was no. I mean, and with Legend of Zelda being the first game that had a save feature, there's no picking up where you died. I mean, honestly, you could spend, like Walt said, spend 4 hours playing a game, die. Well, that was 4 hours that you just wasted because you're gonna have to do it again.
Guys, we had a Dark Souls on the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was called Silver Surfer.
Oh yes! Oh!
No, wait, no. I disagree because Dark Souls you can actually play.
You could save it.
Silver Surfer, you push start and then you die.
You know, that game finally became enjoyable after I used the Game Genie.
Yeah.
That was one of those.
I will give you Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy.
Also enjoyable after you finally use a Game Genie.
Yep, exactly.
Well, I mean, look at the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game.
That was tough too.
You had 4 lives.
The water level alone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You had 4 chances to get through that game.
I can still hear the music for that too.
So I mean, and most times if you weren't on a lucky streak, you died 3 times on the water level. So by the time you got to a place that was considered the second area of the game, you're screwed.
All right. Speaking of hard games, I wrote an article this week for Throwback Thursday about Little Nemo, the Dream Master.
Nice.
Which is one of the hardest Capcom games that they had. All Capcom games are pretty hard.
I don't know. Did you play Tailspin?
No, I've never played Tailspin. Was that easy?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know.
But that's because Capcom didn't care about your feelings.
I know.
No, they did not.
They just made whatever they wanted to.
Here's some cute.
Capcom made the game that they wanted to make,
and it was a damn good game too. Every one they put out almost. But I wrote the article on the perspective of I went back and looked at what the game was about, and then I flipped it and said, how would you remake this game today? Basically, I said in the article that you can make it like Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch on PS3, but unfortunately, Studio Ghibli, which you guys can laugh, is just announced they're closing.
Ghibli.
And it's sad that, you know, But you could still make it like a Wind Waker shaded style RPG with Little Nemo. That's basically what I was saying in this. How would you guys remake it if just want to touch on it real quick?
What is that game, that painted game that they had for free on Games with Gold recently?
The painted game?
It was like a side scroller hacking
My
slash.
Purple Crayon?
No. Oh, go back. I'll come back to it. Come back to me. Riz or Chachi?
Quite frankly, I wouldn't remake it. The game is perfect as it is. However, in this day and age where everything needs remade or redone or re-released, if I were to remake the game for a re-release, I would do it up to the style of Bubble Bobble Neo, where it's essentially the same graphic style with a little 3D shading. That's as far as I would go.
Kind of like a DuckTales HD game.
Right. I mean, I would touch it up a little bit because kids nowadays aren't going to play the classic 8-bit style game for long. But I wouldn't mess with it too much because, I mean, the game was fine as is.
I got mine. Dust and Elysian Tale that came out a few months ago, but the backgrounds had a painted look to them. Oh, they were painted actually, I believe. Like this kind of digital actual paint kind of look to it. I could see Nemo kind of having that style, still be the same kind of side scroller. You know, kind of like what you're saying, where it's like that 2D remakey kind of thing, like the DuckTales. You know, but just kind of updated a little bit visually. So,
kind of like go ahead.
I'm kind of with Chachi though. Like, if you want to like, there are games out there that we need that are people are clamoring for being remade, like Majora's Mask. But for
which I don't understand.
No, I don't understand that either.
Listen, remake Resident Evil. All right, I could give two shits. I don't care. All right, because I'm not going to play it. I don't care if the game exists anymore. All right,
remake Resident Evil 2.
Right. Right. I mean, either way, I'm not touching it.
Number 4.
Dino Crisis.
No, I just
shut your mouth, Bobby.
I want them to leave my Legend of Zelda series alone. I don't want them to touch it because Nintendo put such hard work into each and every game that they made, as is. I mean, for the generation that each game was released, it was a work of art. Leave it alone.
If we're talking about games that we want to be remade, how about Altered Beast?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Altered Beast was before its time. Now it can come out and be something completely its own thing and be awesome at it. But
remake something no one cares about, like Clay Fighter.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Oh, you just hurt Riz's feelings.
You shut your mouth.
No one would care if they remade Clay Fighter. Just go mess with games that don't have historical significance behind them, alright?
I would care.
Yeah, I said that video games have historical significance. So, come at me, Internet.
They do have...
How dare you diss bad Mr. Frosty, Chachi? How dare you?
It's entertaining. I love the game, but I don't care if they remake something that I don't care about, honestly. Just leave my games alone.
Well, Chachi, speaking of your games, the big news was released today. There's going to be an Assassin's Creed for those who were left behind on the current gen consoles, the past gen consoles. The 360 and the PS3 are getting a version of Assassin's Creed. It's going to be called Rogue. And the details were leaked today, and they have confirmed that this is the new version of Assassin's Creed. You'll play as Shay Patrick Cormac, a Templar tasked to thinning the assassins' ranks. It'll be set in North America, and you will be sailing around in a ship like the other ones. And apparently, the guy has an Irish or Scottish accent, so that's kind of cool. And basically, he was an assassin, and he's turned to the Templars, and now he's hunting assassins. So that's kind of cool. What do you guys think? Are you excited for this game? I know Chachi is. That goes without saying.
Bobby, you had me at Assassin's Creed.
I sent you that today, and you're like, yes.
And I said the thing I was looking forward most in Assassin's Creed was playing as a Templar.
Mm-hmm.
Because with the way they're doing the series, I mean, in 3 you had them infiltrating the Templar headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it was only a matter of time before they turned the tables and had Templars infiltrating the assassins, and that's what I want. I cheer for the bad guys.
And plus, we did a little bit of spoiler in 3 allude to that your relatives are not just the one side of the tree.
Yeah.
So
right. And it is. They said it is going to tie into Edward Kenway.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
I loved all of the. I have loved all of the Assassin's Creed games. Next to Legend of Zelda, this has been my favorite.
Nice.
This has been my favorite series. The story in it is just so. It's such a cool idea. Because Templars have always been talked about in history, and so I mean it's awesome to picture them as the bad guys, and not even the bad guys, just a different point of view, and give them someone to fight like the assassins. And with the arcing storyline that Ubisoft said, with having a set plot to the entire series, it was only a matter of time before they gave me what I want. Plus, I believe Ubisoft listens to everything I say. So,
Ubisoft.
Yep.
But like Chachi said, once you said that you can play as a Templar, that's the first thing I've thought of. In 3, you get that taste of being a Templar, and then in 4, you get to be the guy who made the Templar, and now you're being the Templar all the way through. Which is just freaky, but it looks like I'm gonna pick it up. Chachi's gonna pick it up.
Awesome. I'll probably pick it up.
Chachi's probably gonna do his vacation around that time.
No, actually, I'm not taking a video game vacation this year.
You're taking your time.
I'm going to Jamaica in April. So I kind of need.
He's got a grown-up trip to take this year, guys.
It involves getting a passport.
Yeah,
nice.
I've never had one of those before. It's a grown-up trip.
Right.
No more. Well, not this year, but it's Assassin's Creed. So every game reviewer could say that it's going to be terrible, and I'll still pick it up day of. And I'll still play it from start to finish as soon as possible, just so I can say, oh, well, I beat this game in 26 hours.
All right. Well, since Walt's here this week, we got a special final round question. Do you think music is more important to a game now, or do you think in the early days, like the Nintendo era?
I don't think that they're more or less important at all. I think that, but what I will say is that I think that music is a big part to something's success. I think that if you were to find another composer to write the Star Wars theme song, and like you didn't have John Williams, then I don't think Star Wars would have been as successful. I don't think Jaws would have been as successful if it didn't have that, that do part. I just think that, and maybe I'm a little bit biased because I'm a musician, but I think that the difference of a piece of music, like even look at like Guardians of the Galaxy, like that, that's that you walk away humming the song, like you know the music.
Yep.
And I mean, although it's not an original orchestra score, something original in that sense. It's just, I think that music is a big part of something's success. So I don't think Mega Man would have been as popular if it didn't have a kick-ass soundtrack. I don't think that Halo would have been as big if it didn't have like that sexy choir singing that everyone like loved and I loved. It was so different and so fresh and so exciting.
I think that should be the title of the episode, Sexy Choir.
Yeah, sexy choir. But yeah, no, I mean, that's how I feel. I feel like that all the parts coming together, and that if one part falls, you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Cool. I think like video games back in the like in the early days, like Nintendo, the soundtrack drove the game. It drove you forward in the game. I think without that like the Contra soundtrack or the Mega Man soundtrack, or the Castlevania 2, 3, and so on. It drove you forward in the game, and I think it pushed you along to like go faster, strive forward. That's my thoughts on it.
I feel like. Obviously, we got better stuff now. We can have tremendous orchestral scores and all. They're like movies. They are movie productions, right? But and maybe this is a spin on your question a little bit. But I feel like it was more special when you got a good NES soundtrack because you didn't have a lot of them. There were a lot of really, really, really annoying games out there. But when you did get your Mega Man, when you did. God, even the Ninja Turtles. We were joking about the first game there, but you still have that in the back of your head, not in a bad way, right? Like that's really sticks out to you, and definitely was more important then, just because of the smattering of good ones that were around.
Like back then, you knew when your time was up. When in Mario, you can know the exact point of when you need to go fast. And in Tetris, you know that little entrance, the song in Tetris just sticks in your mind every time you try to pack something. It's in your mind that in the 90s style video games, the 80s style video games, the 8-bit sound resonates more than anything an orchestral thing can do besides, be amazingly sound. But without that 8-bit, there is no orchestra in video games.
Well, here's my thing. I kind of
and there also is no sexy choir without that.
There's no sexy choir.
Sexy Choir.
I kind of have to point out that whether you realize it or not, any bad video game has a bad soundtrack. It's all integrated. Because as an example, I can say Mario, Tetris, Bubble Bobble. And had I given you more time, that song would have popped into your head. Because it's all one. It's all one. Now, the thing is, nowadays, with the advancements in video game, the music is more advanced. It's harder to remember, but you still relate a bad game to a bad soundtrack. Regardless.
All right. Anybody have any closing thoughts here?
No, I think that's it.
All right. That's going to do it for us this week. We want to thank our special guest, Walt Ribeiro.
Cool. By the way, thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, for real.
It was awesome.
So welcome.
You can follow him at Walt Ribeiro and on For Orchestra. And please check out his website, fororchestra.com. You can follow us on Twitter on @InsertCoinTB. You can visit us at insertcointobegin.com. New articles going up daily. And you can join us live each and every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock on live.sorgatronmedia.com. Special thanks to Mike Allen at Mike Allen PR for helping us with the notes and tweets all night. For @Sorgatron, @VRiz, @Chachi Says, I'm @BobbyFJTown. Game over. We did it!